Hello everyone, welcome again to a new episode of Pastry here at News 9 with me, Sakshi Singh Litoria. Let's head straight towards our first segment of Nostalgia Nuggets, where we are paying a tribute to He-Man of Bollywood, Dharmendra ji. Dharmendra's relationship with fame was always unusual because even at the height of his stardom, he never let go of the village boy inside him. Long before he became one of Hindi cinema's most enduring icons, he grew up in the fields and farms of Punjab, surrounded by cattle, orchards, and the quiet rhythm of rural life. That early grounding left such a deep imprint on him that even when he was delivering back-to-back hits, attempting premieres and living the Bombay star life, he kept gravitating back to the world that was slower, simpler and more real. This pull became most visible in his later years when he began spending long stretches of time at his 100-acre farmhouse in Lonavala. Unlike most of the celebrity retreats, this farmhouse was not a luxury hideout filled with marble floors and curated interiors. Instead, it was closer to the home he remembered from his childhood. Earthy, sprawling, full of fruit trees, vegetable patches and livestock. Reports describe the place as a sanctuary where he would grow his own vegetables, supervise the care of cows and buffaloes, and walk barefoot on the soil every morning. Visitors recall seeing him dressed simply, eating farm-grown food and speaking with workers as if he were back in his own native village, not one of the biggest stars of the country had ever produced. What made this even more telling was that he chose to share his life with his first wife, Prakash Kaur. At a time when the industry was buzzing with his personal life, Dharmendra quietly withdrew to the farmhouse and then found comfort in routine, familiarity and old relationships. It was not a superstar seeking privacy, it was a man returning to the life that made sense to him. The distance from the glamour of Mumbai also allowed him a certain kind of freedom. He had no paparazzi peeking into his day, no social pressure to dress up or perform for the world. Several accounts mention how deeply content he looked while tending to plants or feeding animals, as if these small acts grounded him more than any award ever could. Farming was not a hobby he adopted later though. It was something he had carried in his bones long before cinema discovered him. At the farmhouse, that side of him took over completely. People who met him there often came back with the same observation. Dharmendra had built a life where fame was incidental, not essential. He enjoyed the quiet so much that he sometimes stayed away for weeks, choosing to wake up to mist, greenery and bird sounds rather than studio noise and city traffic. For someone who had lived in the spotlight for decades, about 6 decades, the contrast was stark but revealing. It showed that the boy from Sahnewal never really left. He had only taken a long detour through cinema. The farmhouse even became the place where he would escape whenever he felt overwhelmed by the industry, the gossip or the pressures of aging in public view. It remained a constant, a safe corner of the world where he did not have to be Dharmendra the star but Dharam Singh Deol the man. This connection to his roots was not just nostalgia, it was a way of staying emotionally anchored. Many actors reinvent themselves with age, but Dharmendra simply went back to who he always was. The values he grew up with, simplicity, warmth, hard work and love for the land, shaped him far more than cinema ever did. And that's why his farmhouse became more than a property to him. It became a symbol of his identity, a reminder that behind the He-Man image, behind the blockbuster hero and the romantic icon, there was always someone who felt happiest with his hands in the soil, living closer to nature, far from the noise, living the life he had known before the world knew his name. News 9 pays him a tribute. Now it's time for Popcorn Pick of the Week, where we are bringing you a tale which is currently streaming there on Netflix. I'm talking about Homebound, which is also India's official entry to Oscars. Homebound is one of those rare films that stays with you long after it ends. Not because it shouts its message, but because it whispers truths we have collectively tried to forget. Neeraj Gewan crafts a story that feels intimate and vast at the same time. A deeply personal journey set against the backdrop of a national tragedy. At its core are Chandan and Shoaib, two childhood friends trying to rewrite the script of their own lives. One is Dalit, the other is Muslim, and both have grown up knowing exactly how the world sees them. Together, they dare to imagine a future where they wear the uniform of authority, where they command respect instead of constantly fighting for it. But when the country shuts down during the COVID-19 lockdown, their dreams pause abruptly. Factories close, wages stop, the city they hoped would lift them up becomes a place that can no longer sustain them. What follows is not just a physical journey home, but a journey through the layers of inequality that define their lives. Gewan does not sensationalize their struggle, he lets you sit with it in the film. You feel the exhaustion of their long walk, the weight of their helplessness, and the sting of every reminder that the most vulnerable always pay the highest price. Yet the film never strips them of dignity. Their friendship, warm, teasing, loyal, becomes the film's heartbeat. The performances carry the story with remarkable sincerity. Ishan Khattar brings a quiet, restless energy of Shoaib, a young man trying to stay hopeful even as the world collapses around him. Vishal Jetwa is equally compelling, giving Chandan a raw, honest, emotional core. Their chemistry feels lived in, shaped by shared childhoods between them, shared struggles and also shared dreams. On the other hand, we also have Janhvi Kapoor in the film, appears in a small role but adds texture and emotional grounding without ever pulling focus away from the central story of the film. Visually, the film is understated but incredibly evocative. Long, unbroken shots capture desolate roads, crowded shelters, and the uncomfortable silence of uncertainty. There's no dramatic music. There's no dramatic background score telling you how to feel. The stillness, the pauses, the ambient chaos of the world are enough to make you feel the pain. The pacing is measured, almost meditative at times, inviting you to absorb the atmosphere rather than rush through the narrative. Where Homebound truly excels is in the way it addresses caste, religion, labor, and the migrant experience without ever turning into a lecture. It trusts the audience to understand the social commentary layered within the characters' lives. Their suffering is real, but so is their humor, their stubbornness, their hope. By the time the film reaches its emotional peak, you are not just watching two boys trying to get their home. You're watching an entire country's invisible population finally being seen. Homebound is not an easy watch, but it is an essential one though. It's a film that holds up a mirror to the systems we have normalized and the human stories we often overlook. And in doing so, it reminds you that sometimes the smallest journey, a walk back home, can reveal the biggest truths. Now it's time for Entertainment Wrap of the Week, where we bring you top entertaining headlines from the nation and across the globe. Bollywood's He-Man Dharmendra leaves us at the age of 89, leaving a void that can never be filled. Selina Jaitley files a complaint in court against husband Peter Haag, citing domestic abuse. She sought 50 crore rupee in damages and 10 lakh rupee in monthly maintenance from Peter. Jackie Chan and Chris Tucker to reunite for Rush Hour 4, reportedly after Donald Trump personally lobbied to move the project ahead. The 56th International Film Festival of India organized a special tribute for actor Dharmendra at its closing ceremony. Filmmaker Vidhu Vinod Chopra took a sharp dig at the surge of social media celebrities, questioning a culture where quote-unquote dropping a shirt can attract millions of followers and turn someone into an overnight influencer. Palash Muchal and Smriti Mandana's father got discharged from hospital and are recovering at home while the marriage stays on hold. Scarlett Johansson is all set to star in Mike Flanagan's upcoming installment of the Exorcist franchise. The actress will play the lead role. Robert Irwin, along with partner Whitney Carson, has won the Len Goodman Mirrorball Trophy for Dancing with the Stars Season 34. Mavtar Narsimha, a mythological animated feature, has officially been named among the 35 films eligible for the Best Animated Feature category at the upcoming 98th Academy Awards. Shilpa Shetty-Kundra approaches Bombay High Court for her personality protection rights. And last but not the least, for Crispy Chats of the Week, we have an exclusive conversation for you with none other than Manoj Bajpayee for the latest edition of The Family Man. Hi everyone, speaking to Page 3 here at News9 with me, Sakshi Singh. Litoria is a man who needs no introduction. I'm just gonna say the family man. Manoj Bajpayee, sir, Hindustan ke dil mein aap baste hain. Third season is coming. What is new in it?
What is new? Obviously 5 years have gone by, and Shrikant is not the same one. Now he's aged, and the children have grown up. His relationship dynamics with his wife is different. So you'll see all of this in a very, very subtle way, as how his interactions with his family, changed completely. And now the challenge this time is going to be far, far bigger. Now you have such accomplished actors like Jaideep and Nimrat Kaur. They are new addition as two brutal, lethal people throwing the biggest of the challenges on Shrikant Tiwari.
Right. Sir, two forces are colliding. You plus Jaideep Alawat sharing the same screen. मैं जानना चाहती हूँ on screen, on trailer, it is looking very serious. But behind the sets ऐसा हुआ है कभी किसी सीन में बस दोनों हंसना शुरू किए और फिर रुक नहीं पाए?
नहीं, ऐसा खास करके क्लाइमेक्स में हुआ ज्यादातर, लेकिन वो कुछ एक फौपा हो जाते थे एक्शन वगैरह में, जिसको लेकर के we used to find it very funny. लेकिन at the same time we knew that it's very tricky and it's very risky. क्लाइमेक्स करीब 5-6 रातें क्लाइमेक्स जो हैं हमारी गई हैं, तो रात की शूटिंग प्लस मारपीट का सीक्वेंस, guns and motorcycles, all of that. Yeah, it was dangerous at the same time, torturous because of the night shoot. So we used to have a good laugh about it, just to keep ourselves awake.
Sir, आपके 100 milestone पे we met last. And इतना बड़ा अगर trajectory आपकी read करूँ, so such a long career, marvelous projects that you have delivered. If I could ask you the significance of Shrikant in your life.
It has given me a new fan base among children. Children audience base is something which was not included in my, in my audience group. The audience which always encouraged me, inspired me to do well. But this time with Family Man, children have gotten to know me. The kind of love they shower on me whenever I meet them at any school, at my daughter's school, or at airports or any public places. It's so amazing. That is something I have earned greatly because of Family Man.
Love of the youngsters is what you are saying, sir. Every season there are a couple of dialogues in Family Man that go massively viral, and we all can relate it with our real life instances. From third season, what are you expecting? What are some of the dialogues and scenes which might go viral?
I think one is become two have become two favorites. Two favorites right now from the trailer is मैं एजेंट हूँ बेटा, सर्कस में काम नहीं करता. And the second one is यहाँ से निकलने दीजिए कि मैं तेरा स्वयंवर रचाऊंगा. These two have become quite favorites with the audience.
Sir, whenever your name pops up in anyone's head, be it from the entertainment fraternity or be it who is your fan who has seen your journey, witnessed the transition of Manoj Bajpayee from the strugglesome life to year 2025, one thing that comes in their mind is how humble this man is. Over the years, sir, even after seeing that much success in your life, what has kept you humble?
That much failures too. You realize that it's not your doing. There is someone up there who is pulling the string, and so you should just focus on your work and keep on moving without losing your mind in any of the circumstances, be it success or failure. Just be true to what you are doing, and that's it. Rest, nothing is in your hand, nothing is in your control.
And how do you view your, transitions? What are the new things that you have learned over the journey, and what are some things that you still believe are left to be learned?
There are a lot left to be learned. A lot. I'm learning every day, as if I've just started. One thing is very essential to learn it very quickly. That everything is temporary. Nothing is permanent.
That's really interesting. Sir, if I could ask you, and circling back to the family man, what are the expectations from third season?
Uh, we are expecting that people are really going to give as much love as they have given it to the second season and the first season. Uh, that's the main expectation from the audience. Let's see. We are all nervously excited about the 21st. I am also excited to show it to my family. Okay. We have not seen. I mean, they have not seen anything about the series. My wife knew about. She has seen many parts of second season because Raj and DK used to show it, send it to her to view it as a detached audience to review it. So she took that job very seriously, and also we were all locked down, right? So they didn't have any core audience group to review, kind of who is going to review the series. But my wife was one of them that they used to send, and I was not allowed to watch it. Yeah.
तो किस तरीके का फीडबैक मिला सर घर से?
Yeah, she used to give her opinion to either Raj or DK almost every day. So they had a very healthy interaction.
What is the most critical feedback that you have got, sir? Though, क्योंकि fans हमेशा आपकी तारीफ ही करेंगे, लेकिन कोई तो होगा जिसने कभी ना कभी as a
Shabana, my wife is very, she's brutal. She's brutal. So I like it. I like it because there is someone who is really always trying to drag me out of my own job and force me. I can see that conscious effort from her side. Force me to be real and to be away from the day's work and talk about the normal things.
Whenever a story is told in chapters, ना sir, जब किसी का sequel होता है, किसी का second part होता है, it's often a very risky task because हर बार जरूरी नहीं होता है कि chapter दर chapter, sequel दर sequel हर चीज इतनी ज्यादा उम्दा तरीके से audiences के साथ land करे. What do you think has kept the pace of the Family Man consistent with the viewership though?
I personally feel that you should review the last one. Review the reaction also, and after that you should try not to implicate it, but just review it and keep it in your mind as to which are the areas that should be taken care of, and write with a fresh mind. Don't try to impress. Don't try to impress. Don't try to recreate the same magic. Just write with a fresh mind and be true to the story.
That's really interesting. Sir, जैसे writers and directors के ऊपर तो pressure होता होगा because COVID से लेके अगर 2025 तक का अगर हम time देखें तो things have changed a lot in terms of viewership, in terms of content viewing, in terms of what OTT has to serve to us. But actors के ऊपर किस तरीके का pressure रहता है that their acting doesn't become repetitive and people still like the character that they once saw in first chapter.
It's very important for actors to really focus on the script, because it is not the same season. It is not the same story as season 1 or season 2. It's a new season with a new phase in character's life. Just focus on that phase. Focus on the development or evolution of the character from the second to third, or from first to second, and be true to that. Don't try to do anything which has worked with the audience So I'm going to do the same thing just to make it work. It doesn't happen that way. If it is, if you stay true to the character and the growth of the character, you are really going to be liked and to be admired. And don't be conscious about it.
Sir, when I speak about your acting, it's always very effortless on screen. It doesn't look like that you have practiced for it. It just looks like that it is natural Manoj Bajpayee just playing a character there. What is the trick behind that? If I could ask you for the aspiring actors.
I will say the same. I'll use the same sentence. Just stay true to the moment. That's it. Yeah, dialogue delivery. Whenever you see that there is a very good dialogue, try to say it as normally as possible.
Don't put too much into it.
Don't put too much effort into it just because you think it's a fantastic dialogue.
Sir, हाल ही में कोई ऐसा content जो आपने consume करा हो that really struck the chord with your heart?
Yesterday itself, I finished watching The Asset. It's a series from Denmark. It's fantastic. I think you should watch it.
That's really interesting. Sir, एक और चीज पूछना चाहती हूँ, वो जो viral feet touching moment है,
What's that?
जो viral feet touching moment है, sir.
अरे वो that's Anurag Kashyap and his naughtiness. But Jaideep and a few of the actors, they do it.
Yeah.
Whenever they meet me, as I do it to so many seniors like Mr. Bachchan. But that's a very usual, greeting that we do in North India. But that day, Anurag Kashyap made it quite a scene for me. It was very embarrassing.
And sir, last but not the least, मैं आपको इतनी आसानी से नहीं जाने दूंगी सर. जितने इंटरव्यूज मैंने आपके साथ में किए हैं, मैंने आपसे एक डायलॉग बुलवाया, तो अगर द फैमिली मैन सीजन 3 का कोई भी एक डायलॉग इफ यू वुड लाइक टू रिक्रिएट फॉर आवर ऑडियंसेस.
एजेंट हूँ बेटा, सर्कस में काम नहीं करता.
Ouch. Thank you so much, sir, for speaking to News9. It was a delight. It's always a pleasure to have you here, and it was my honor that I could sit right across you in this screen. All the very best for the Family Man Season 3. All the best, Amazon Prime.
Thank you.
That's all we have to pack it up on the show today, but do stay tuned. Next week, I'll come back with many more stories and crispy chats lined up for you. Till then, take care. Ciao.